Hey everyone, I'm Todd Wayne. Thank you for tuning in for another episode of Paranormal Podcast, your home to all things paranormal, supernatural. You know, coming up on this episode of Paranormal, we're talking to Casey Schnese. Now, he's with Eastern Wisconsin Paranormal Investigations. In fact, I believe he owns it. They're located in Menasha, Wisconsin. The group was founded in 2021, and it's comprised of 12 team members. They're actively searching for answers to paranormal activity and phenomena ever since. So grab yourself a drink and a snack, turn the lights off on the way back, find yourself a nice comfy spot, and enjoy this episode of Paranormal. Stay with us. Casey, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Sorry about we're having some technical difficulties, but it seems like we're okay right now.
That's good.
All right. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Like I said, we were founded in November of 2021. What got me started is my own experiences, but my now current lead investigator got me started with her old team through a public investigation, and we just been going on ever since.
So, what kind of locations do you do? Do you do like residential, business, commercial?
We haven't done any residential yet. It's been mainly more businesses just to get her name out there right now.
Okay, so tell me a little bit about, like, what was your last investigation? What did you do? Give us a little bit of a...
Our last investigation, we were at the Sheboygan State Asylum here in Wisconsin. That investigation basically was just to document the spirits there, trying to help them if they needed it, that kind of thing.
So what's a little bit of the history of that place, you know?
I do not know. My team lead knows. I don't, because she used to do tours there, so she knows more than I do. I do know, I think there was I know there's a couple thousand deaths there. 85 that we're aware of right now that still linger there, but as far as I know.
So the place is pretty active then?
Yes, it's very active. Anywhere from the tunnels up to the fourth floor actually. It's just more active, and the whole place pretty much, even in the nurses' quarters, that's active as well. So
now, where else are you gonna go to?
Well, we've been to a local theater in our area. We've been to a tannery in our area. We've also been to a bar, brothel, a combination. We've been to a small village. It's a Galloway type village. That's pretty much it that I've been to so far. And it's only been with a year. So, I mean, we just started. So we got 9 more locations going up this year. And then more next year, the following year. So
what is it? What exactly is it that you do for that team? That's your team, correct?
Correct. Yep.
So what is your function? What one do you do, or do you do like everything?
I do everything from equipment to. Actually, I'm not really the owner. Well, I'm the owner, but I'm not one to tell people what to do. Basically, just let them pick what equipment they want, where they want to go, and
Well, sure, but you kind of have a plan though, correct? Like when you go into you have like this ABC game plan.
Yep. And then we decided who we want to work with, then we switch off, and then we just do our own thing, trying to help clients figure out what's going on there, see if we can help anybody elsewhere and stuff like that.
So give us a story. Like, what's like your most haunted encounter?
Our most haunted encounter would be, I mean, it all varies. I mean, the asylum was the most active location, and it's pretty huge. I don't know the length of it, but it's four wings, 4 floors, so it's pretty massive.
So did anybody get like scratched or pushed or?
When I was there, we did not. I know we've been touched. We've seeing shadows, that kind of thing, voices, just typical haunted location activity. We didn't really feel negative energy there at all, so that's a plus. At least we didn't.
So in that instance of investigating that place, what was the most used piece of equipment?
We used laser grid. We used recorders, different type of lighting equipment. We used SLS camera. I think that was pretty much all we used that night.
Now tell me, did you have anything happen with the SLS camera?
Surprisingly, we didn't. Nothing came in view or anything like that. For some reason, they may not want to have been seen. I don't know.
Well, that's okay. I mean, spirits are going to come out when they come out. You know what I mean?
Exactly. That's pretty much it with any location. So.
Exactly. So what kind of plans do you have coming up for your team?
We went to a theater last year. We plan on going actually next month, returning to that theater. And then there's a few more. We got a winery coming up.
So what's the name of the theater?
It is called the Grand Opera House.
Nice. And that's in Wisconsin there?
Correct.
Interesting. Is there what's the story behind it?
Far as we know, there was one of the owners hung himself in the theater area. Other than that, we don't know any other information. We do know there's a female spirit there as well. Far as activity, we had shadows, we've had voices, noises. We do know it was built on Civil War battle area. So
you believe anybody? So you believe that Civil War ghosts are hanging out?
We haven't confirmed that, but we can't rule it out, pretty much.
Sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
So yeah, it's very active. The basement's active. Pretty much the whole building. It's a pretty decent sized building too. I think there's basement and then the main area. I think one more level. I think, but yeah, it's pretty big. So
nice. Okay, so you got you have that one. What else you have?
I was at a brothel recently. It's a bar and a brothel. So the bar's on the main level, the brothel's on the second level. And that one's extremely, extremely active. We've had footsteps, you know, we haven't had apparitions there yet.
So what's the age of this place?
All I know is was built in the 1800s era. As far as I know, that's what they told us. So
okay, all right. Go ahead. I'm still listening.
Yeah, we've had voices. We've had disembodied voices where we hear without the recorders. We've heard footsteps. Like I said, we didn't see no apparitions or anything. We've been touched. One of us even got pushed. That's pretty much the activity there.
Interesting. Okay, so now where else do you go?
We were at a tannery. That was last year in the summertime. There we've been pretty much the same thing. We've seen shadows. We've seen apparitions, a few. We've been touched. Our hair's been pulled. Disembodied voices, footsteps, you name it, it was there. Other than that, that was about it for that place.
But it sounds like it's highly active.
Yeah, yep. And that's a 3-level building as well, so it's pretty decent size.
So what do you have coming up that's big? What's the big plans for you and the team, and where do you see yourself like next year?
Next year we plan on doing, like I said, we're doing a lot more locations. I don't know the history of them yet. We haven't really looked into it yet. But we do have quite a bit of locations that we're looking into that need our help. So it's really hard to tell.
Now, how many team members do you have right now with you? Like if you was going to go on an investigation right now?
Right now, probably be 5, 6, maybe 8. It just depends on when people are available.
Sure. And when do you do most of your investigations? The weekends or during the week or?
Weekends. It's usually Saturday nights we do them.
Saturday night? And you do, when you go someplace, you'll spend that entire night there, correct?
Yes, we do all night investigation.
Now, who does your evidence analysis?
Actually, we all do it. We all have different stuff we look at. I mean, it varies to what equipment we use.
Sure, but I mean, even like like EVPs, you're gonna listen to your section, and you're gonna pass it off to another person so they can listen, and then you're just gonna kind of coordinate what was heard.
Correct. Yeah, we do that, and then any other evidence we find, we do the same thing, just so that there's no contamination of who heard what, kind of thing.
Sure, because you could have audio pareidolia.
Yep. So.
Well, that's interesting. So, as far as your team advancing into the future, in fact, let me ask this: Have you worked with other more experienced teams?
Actually, we have. I have quite a few teams that want to work with us, but that might not be till next year, just because they're out of state. So we have to plan ahead of time to travel and stuff like that. So
sure. So you're looking at doing more traveling,
right? Yep. It's anywhere from California to New York to Texas, just all over the United States.
And are you going to go to like to major places like Vliskak's Murder House or something like that?
Yep, we plan on doing a lot of that. It's basically whatever the other teams have set up, we'll be doing. So I don't know.
So what's your dream investigation? If you could investigate anything, what would it be?
Mine would actually be any type of battleship, big known hotels, such as Stanley Hotel, places like that.
Interesting. So that would be your main focus. It's because it's kind of it's like battleships, especially. There has to be a lot of encounters.
Yeah, battleships are pretty big. You really have to know the place, or you're going to get lost. Obviously, and usually that's most places, but there's some difficulties with certain areas. Certain buildings are different layouts and everything, so you have to watch what you're doing and know where everything is. So.
Yeah, it could be a liability, if you fall or hurt yourself.
Yep.
All right.
So we have to take that into consideration as well. So.
Well, sure. I mean, you would do that anywhere you went. You would make sure that your crew is safe from harm's way. Yep.
And depending on the location, we're doing a return to the theater, and we'll probably do maybe 4 investigators because it's big, but it's not. So we don't want no contamination type thing going on. So it varies how many investigators we bring depending on the location.
Sure. So you're gonna make sure that you're not stepping over each other.
Correct.
All right. So what else you have planned?
I really think that's about it so far. It just time will tell, really. We just go with the flow. Whoever needs us, we just go and help. And if we decide to go research and ghost hunt ourselves, we do. Normally, obviously get owner's permission to do so, but I mean, that's typical for most investigators.
Yeah, you got to stay in that legal limit,
Yeah, no, we don't do cemeteries at all, just because of that reason.
Yeah, but in a cemetery, though, isn't that public? Truthfully, it's like public. I guess it's private, but it's still public.
Correct. Yeah, and I don't really do cemeteries just because the contamination type thing, because, everybody walking around, cars go by, and it's very easy to get contamination in those places.
Right. You would have to kind of find one that sits way out of the way.
Correct.
Interesting. So let me ask this question. Now, if somebody, let's say you go to a business and you're investigating it and they have paranormal activity, how do you handle that situation? What do you tell the owner of the business?
When we find out it's active, or when we first start? What do you mean?
Yeah, like at the end when you do your reveal after you've went through all the evidence and now you got to get back to the client.
Yeah, we sit down with them. We tell them what we find and then see what they think of it, and if they need help getting rid of it or they don't mind having it, type of thing.
So when you get rid of a spirit, who do you call? Like what do you got to, like a shaman or something?
No. We really haven't had to deal with that at all right now. But
like, what would the process be? Would the process be like sage the place?
That would be our first step, and then if that don't work, then we research who's in the area to help out.
Okay, all right. So what if it's something like, if it's demonic, then you got to call like you have to get a demonologist.
We'd have to do that as well.
Did you have any cases like that?
No, we actually don't.
Well, that's a good thing.
Yeah, it is a good thing. Yeah, we haven't dealt with that yet.
What about spirit attachments? Have you ever had one, or anybody that in your team have had a spirit attachment? Since you're going into these kind of active places.
We've actually never experienced that either. To be honest with you, we go in good intent.
Well, that's good. You're grounding yourself.
Yeah, and we also, our team actually goes in as believers but skeptics. We try to debunk a lot of the activity, and then of course if we can't, then it's paranormal. But that's what we like doing, is debunking paranormal activity.
Well, sure, because not everything that goes bump in the night is a ghost. It could be a mouse.
Correct.
Could be, whatever.
Yep, correct.
Yeah, so you're more like a skeptical believer.
Correct.
Well, that's a good trait to have, because now you want to believe in the plausibility of spirits.
Yep.
Yeah, very good, very good. So what else do you have going on?
Really, that's all that is going on at the moment.
Do you collaborate with other teams? Like if you need help with, maybe you have something in a photo, but you're unsure and your team's unsure, so you might have another team that you can go to.
I have quite a few teams that I go to, even if they're out of state. I mingle with them. I get their opinion on stuff. We have them analyze it too, and then.
Well, sure. That's awesome, because that's what the paranormal community is all about. It's all about collaboration together, because we're all in it for the end game.
Yep. Yep. And I like this field because it's a lot of sister brotherhood. I mean, we all connect on the same goal, and we meet a lot of new people. Last year, I went to a convention center as a fan and met popular teams. So,
sure. I mean, some of the best people that I've ever met were paranormal investigators.
Yeah, yeah. So,
yeah, very good, very good.
I mean, I've got a few projects that's coming up that I can't reveal at the moment, because I'm not sure if it'll happen or not, and I don't want to say it and then it not happen type thing.
Sure, yeah, I understand that.
But yeah, we've got quite a bit going on.
So, like, what's the average investigation time that you do? Do you do this, like, is it once a week or every couple weeks?
It's really whenever we want to get one in to do, and who needs our help and who doesn't. We just pick places and go, and then if someone needs our help, then we go do that as well. We're out to document it, basically, is what we do. So
you're going out there, you're getting your experience with all these different places, and what's your end goal for your team? Like, are you trying to get like famous, or are you just trying to work on the paranormal?
We're just focused on the paranormal and meeting new people. That's pretty much what we're about. I mean, if it comes down to being famous, added bonus, but that's not our goal. We just want to document a couple other teams, document, meet new people, make friends, stuff like that. So,
and that's the best reason to be in it.
Yep.
All right. Well, that's awesome. So, do you want to give a shout out to some of your team members?
Yeah. Well, the one I have, she's been, like I said, she's been from day one. She had left her old team for personal reasons I can't say. But she's been very helpful with me lately with everything.
Now, what's her function in the team? Is she like a tech expert or anything like that?
No, she's one of my lead investigators. She doesn't say she is, but she knows she is, basically. She helps me with talking to the clients and that kind of stuff, setting stuff up, helping with pairing up with people and stuff like that. And
so she's like your go-to person, your right-hand girl.
Correct.
All right. And who else is there?
I have a best friend of mine. She's my researcher. She does very well with that.
So she's doing your your research on the history of the place and things like that?
Correct.
All right. Well, who else you got there?
Like I said, we don't really have set roles. We just go with the flow, who does what, and
then you all get together and collaborate on the on the possible evidence that you have.
Yep, we choose who to watch. We don't have a monitor yet, but we'll get there. When we do, we'll have people watch that and then switch, and then like other teams do.
So you said you don't have a monitor? Is that what you said?
Yeah, we don't have a DVR system right now.
Okay, like you don't have the 12 cam security system, right?
Yeah, we don't have that yet, but we will have it soon.
Okay, but you'll have some camcorders or something, correct?
Yeah, I just got a handheld camera not too long ago. My team lead's got a couple cameras, but other than that, we just have the basics right now.
Well, there's nothing wrong with the basics. That usually is what gives you the most evidence.
Yep, correct.
Because trust me, I've sat in a lot of places for tons of hours with a security cam system, and I've gotten more evidence with a GoPro than I got with the security footage.
Yeah, and we're planning on getting quite a few of those as well for our investigators. And then we don't have to have any security cameras.
Sure, because you just use it as a static cam. You're just going to set it down, put it on a tripod or something so that it catches that area.
Yep. No. So yeah. I mean, we might have those for the entrances and stuff, so that we know no one's going in, no one's going out, type thing.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
For contamination issues, and for the safety of our team. We don't want intruders coming in and destroying stuff, and then we get blamed for it, or one of my team members get hurt because something came in, or
Yeah, that's a definite good idea.
Yep. So
it's not only it's protecting you and the owner of the property.
Yep.
Well, that's good. That's awesome. You seem like that. You enjoy what you do, and you got some good plans coming.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. So if you was going to go, let's say you was going to go to investigate a residential client, what would your like steps be towards that house? Like if this was a house now, this is a person's home, and they say, "Hey Casey, we got something going on. We want you to come check it out." What is your plan?
We go in as we would for businesses, more professional. Try to get knowledge of the place from them first, kind of thing, and.
But wouldn't you want to be? Wouldn't you want, like, you wouldn't want any answers? Like my thing would be, I don't want no answers, or I don't want anything about this property until we are completely done. That way, when we start to find things, then it can validate what we're doing. Do you understand what I'm saying? Because like you wouldn't want to go into somebody's house knowing that there was someone that died, and because now you already know someone died, so you're gonna be looking for these type of things. But if you go in not knowing anything, and then you start to find, you know what I mean?
Yeah, we don't go in with the knowledge first. We go in, talk to them, figure out what they have, and then we do like other teams do. Thorough investigation, and then find the research and have it corroborated with what we find. Same with what we do with our business stuff when we do that. So
yeah, that's good. That's like the best way to do it, because now you're going in, you don't know anything about the place, but as you're uncovering evidence and you're now looking into these things and it starts to match up, that's the best way to go by it. That's my personal thought anyway.
Yep. And our theater investigation, we had an EVP with, I don't know if you heard of the Morse code for the military.
Yeah, Morse code, yes.
So we've had that on our recorders at one time. And then that's when we did research and found out that was the Civil War area.
Oh, nice. Yes, that was back in that time.
Yep. So we kind of, I guess you could say, history type evidence.
Yeah, and that would make sense because they definitely used Morse code back then.
Yep. So residual type stuff we've captured there. So,
well, that's good. So, what now? I don't know how I want to ask this. So I'm not going to, because I don't know how to ask it. So, but yeah. So you definitely have big plans coming up, and you're getting more team members all the time, correct?
Oh yeah, we accept. Well, we interview them first, and then we, as a team, choose if they are fit or not, and then then they're in training, and then if they're fit, then they come in. If they're not, then they don't.
So how do you train someone for that? I mean, is there like what do you do? Like you give somebody an EVP and ask them to kind of figure out what they hear, and then kind of match it with yours, or I'm just curious.
Yeah, we do that, and then we take them on an investigation with us, see how they do, how they react with their team members, and go from there.
So, like, if they would be in a basement and they would run out of there, what would happen? I'm just putting that out there because I mean it happens.
It does, and that's the training part. Like, I've learned from different teams, like, if you're not comfortable, then leave. I mean, not the building, but the area.
Right. Because we're all going to experience something different.
Yep. So
yeah, that's good, because I could be sitting in a damp, dark basement, and it doesn't bother me. but then I could go with somebody else and they get really, really scared. So, no, I totally get it.
Yep. And then that's just the training. We help them deal with that and then see how they go from that point on.
Yeah, interesting. Yeah, because you want to feel them out. You want to get them to a location. You want to, see what they're about. See if they're, how their senses work.
Yep.
I mean, I use when I paranormal investigate. I haven't for a long time, but when I do it, I use all my senses.
Right. Yep, we go by our senses, or what our body tells us, and just go from there.
Well, that's excellent. So tell us again one more time. What is it that your plans are? Because you started talking and I think I interrupted you. Like, what's the goal for your team? Like, I know you said you wanted to do like bigger things and travel, different places. Like, are you going to start like in just the entire Wisconsin area? Because Wisconsin's a big state.
Yeah, we plan on branching out. Halfway through the state, we want to go to the western part of the state, and then venture out into Minnesota, Illinois, and Michigan, and then branch out from there.
So you're going to you would like to have more, would they all, like Eastern Wisconsin Paranormal Investigations, they would all be part of that? Like like subgroups.
Yep.
Awesome. Very good. I like what I'm hearing. Sounds like you have an idea of exactly what you want to do within the years coming up, and I think that you're going to be just fine from what you're explaining and places that you want to go. I think that you're going to really start doing pretty good.
Yep. Yeah, we've been doing really good. I've met a lot of people over the last 2 years in this field, so I mean, met a lot of.
Go ahead.
No, yeah, I've met a lot of teams over the United States, from, like I said, the East Coast to the West Coast. I've even met or started talking to some in the UK area, Canada, areas like that as well. So
now, do you go to like Paracons? Wisconsin has a Paracon, right? I think so.
I don't. The closest one that I know of right now is Michigan.
The UP?
No.
Lower Michigan?
Well, no, Upper Michigan. Yeah, UP.
Okay, all right.
Mid-Upper Michigan.
So how far are you from Upper Michigan?
I was there about
3 hours?
5 hours.
5 hours?
5 hours. Yeah, from that location. I went there last year as a fan, this year as well as a fan, but maybe the following year after that, maybe as a team. That's, on the table right now, so to speak. So anything can happen, really.
Yeah, absolutely. And plus you can go to those and you can learn about new equipment, and, heck, you can even learn about, a different way to use older equipment.
Yeah, we've learned a lot. I've learned a lot going to those Paracons, so I'm meeting new people as well. And
yeah, it's always good because, in this field, you got the people that are out there creating things and they're really showing their talent. And then you have guys like us. We go in and, we're doing the background research, and we're trying to validate any paranormal activity, whatever we can, if we can. Sometimes we know, we know sometimes there's nothing. You won't get anything.
Right.
And then sometimes it's nonstop action.
Yep. That's why we try to go more than once. Like this theater that we're going to, this is our second time going. So we want to get more evidence there. And then going to another location we went to before, same thing. Just if there's something new or not. So you never know.
Well, sure. Yeah. I mean, it's going to be different every time you go.
Yep.
Well, all right. Well, you know what, Casey, you have anything else you'd like to say to the world out there?
Not really.
All right. Mm-hmm. Well, I tell you what, it was fantastic talking with you, and I know that you're going to go places. I can feel it. So,
all right.
Hey, I want to thank you so much for being on, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.
You as well.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, everyone. Thank you for listening. Now, that was Casey Schnese with Eastern Wisconsin Paranormal Investigations. Sounds like a great guy. You know, I think they're going to be going places. So, but here's a word of caution from us at Paranormal. You know, we don't verify the validity of any person, team, or its members. Okay, so we advise that you proceed with caution when contacting any person or team before allowing them into your home or business. I mean, it's just common sense. You know, a legitimate paranormal research and investigation team, they'll never charge you for a fee neither. They do, however, accept donations. So you might want to help out with a donation or two to show your appreciation. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning in with us tonight, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. Hey, please be sure to like, subscribe, and follow. Receive notifications when new content from Paranormal Podcast is made available. And if you believe you have something haunted, if you believe that you've seen a UFO, if you got some stories or questions or comments or any of that stuff, hey, send it on to paranormallypodcast@gmail.com. Hey, you can visit us at www.paranormallypodcast.com as well. Thanks again, everyone, for watching and listening wherever you are. We hope you have a wonderful evening.